This is where we found ourselves. Welcome to the local show. People you work with, people you know.
Welcome to another edition of The Local Show here on GrassRoots Community Network. Thank you so much for joining us this week as we work our way into July in the midst of summer. Hope you guys are having a great summer season so far. You survived food and wine. Now we're moving into the heat of the summer. And it's going to heat up today, guys, because we've got Bobby Mason back on the show.
Whoa!
Joining me here on The Local Show. Thanks for joining us, Bobby.
Do you know what's really funny? I'm just thinking about this now. I turned this off before I turned my oxygen off before we started talking. So keep talking, and I want to turn my oxygen back on. I thought that was like, okay, I'm starting to get a little dizzy now.
No, I mean, hey, oxygen. I wish
Who
we had
needs it all?
other. We should have an oxygen bar. Actually, I read that we now have like this oxygen therapy bar in the Hyman Mall. Have you heard about that?
Not yet.
You can get like oxygen.
I mean, they're right up my alley.
Different boosters, yeah.
Well, I mean,
for
I might have
hangover, for performance.
I'm a card carrier.
Yeah.
I got.
So stop by the oxygen bar, have a few shots.
Okay,
we've got that here in Aspen.
I could play there.
Yeah, there you go.
I could book it.
They might even have flavored oxygen. Have you heard about that? They have like strawberry flavored oxygen now.
This tastes like rubber.
We've got everything in Aspen.
This is like rubber taste.
So you need to upgrade your oxygen intake.
Okay.
But let's start a little bit about that, because we've been reading a little bit about your kind of some health issues in the local newspaper.
Just a little.
Can you give people an update on what's going on?
I'm falling apart. Everything that was replaced is turning to dust. So they're taking it out. I had a knee replaced, and then I had another knee replaced, and a left one replaced. Then I had a hip replaced. Then I had a heart attack. Then I had an open heart surgery for aortic valve, which is a bovine. For all you pig valves out there, I got a bovine.
My dad went with the bovine valve.
Oh, you know why? Because it's just so.
It's so moving. Well, my dad is, because he's in the dairy state of Wisconsin, so we just felt appropriate. He would go with the cow.
And he had kind of a cheese smell to it.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
And so
he has kind of a cheesy aorta, I think.
Well, a cheesy
he had to get an
idea.
aorta too, and a valve.
Okay. So we've gone completely off the idea of what's going on here. So the other day, 2 months ago, I'm thinking this has been since 2009.
Jeez.
My knee's been in. It's just like a metal knee. It's metal. It's like when you can hear it when you hit it on your trailer hitch.
Wow.
It goes clank. It's like that still, but it still hurts. But it goes clank, and it's like, that's so weird. You almost want to do it again. But you realize that's stupid. But anyway, I hadn't bruised it or anything, and it just kind of hurt. And so kind of warm and everything. And I had a bunch of people over playing music at the house, and I said, guys, I'm going to bed. I'm not feeling good. Got up the next morning. I couldn't walk. Jane had to bring me a walking staff so I could at least get to the bathroom. We went over to the hospital, up to the
Aspen Valley Hospital.
Aspen, orthopedic.
Okay.
And I'll do that a lot. When I try to remember something, I'll go blank. So just fill in the spaces.
I'll try. Yeah. I'm pretty good at that.
That's good. I'll need you. Could you hang out with me? So I went to Aspen Orthopedic, and one of the doctors says, well, it looks like you got water on the knee. Let me take some of that out.
Right.
And she took it out, and it looked like something that it was all brown and chunky. And it was like she went, oh my God. So she took another thing out, and she said, okay, they have to go in right now. So they went in and
they found some infection.
Oh, it was really bad infected. Okay. And they're afraid that it's starting to spread through my body. If it goes to the heart or the pacemaker, I'm gone. But then you got the other knee and the other hip, So they went in and cleaned it all up that morning. And, it's like the same scar on the same place that they had replaced the knee. Oh, and it starts to get better. After the week, it starts to get better. And they took some more fluid out. They went, I hate to tell you this, but we're going to have to remove your whole knee, the metal.
Wow.
Is anybody getting, if you're eating dinner right now, I mean, you might want to.
Sorry about that.
You might, yeah. Anyway, but I have pictures. So she said, I'm sorry, we've got to remove the knee. So we had to go down to Denver.
Man.
In the back of an ambulance. If you never get to do this, don't. Because it's not fun. In the back of an ambulance on a gurney,
Oh my gosh.
going backwards through Glenwood Canyon and everything, and thinking,
Oh my
we're in Silverthorne now, look like going away from you. Going to the tunnel. There's the tunnel going away.
Wow.
So anyway, we did that. They took that out. So I have no knee. They replaced it with a thing, which the doctor says we literally filled your space in there with a it's
Kind of like a medical cement.
it's from
It's kind of like a gypsum
Thank you.
material.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I'm pointing at my wife who helps me fill in the spaces.
We have a lot. Hey, we have a live studio audience here. You know.
So anyway, it fills it gypsum. He says, actually, what I put in your leg. He said, very straight doctor says, your drywall. It's drywall with stuff in it.
Wow.
So I can't bend it. So I got this thing on, and then I get a new knee, a new metal knee starting August 9th.
Okay. Okay.
So
this is temporary, and then you'll get another metal replacement.
Yeah, and then I get the knee that will bend, hopefully.
Okay. All right. Well, here's the thing. We've been, like I said, we've been reading a little in the local media as well, in the Aspen Times. I saw an article, and there's a GoFundMe effort because obviously the medical expenses are mounting and will continue to mount.
Yeah.
And if locals want to get involved, how can they help out?
Well, they can go online to on Facebook or online to GoFundMe. It's Bobby Mason.
Okay.
It's about getting me back on stage. And I thought, do I want to do this? It's humbling to have people ask for people to help.
Right.
But
right.
I've done it before where I didn't have it, and then the bills start coming in because I have an insurance, but you're still paying 20%. And when the operation cost $100 and some $1,000, you start thinking, okay, this is going to be, So I really want to go through this with my head high and going, I can't wait to get out and play again, which I'm going crazy,
Right. That's your passion. That's your love. That's
Yeah.
what you want to be out doing. So the effort is to get, rehabilitate physically, and then get back on stage.
Yeah.
And we're going to actually talk about some shows that you have coming up.
Which is like in, I won't play again really till 6 months, till you get the knee working again or stuff like that. You're going,
Right.
wow. So yeah, I do have a couple things that I said I'm going to do, and one is the Deaf Camp, which is on the 16th of July, which is so exciting. And I'm playing with Mac Bailey and Rich Ganson, which are just two of my favorite people.
Nice.
And we are three sets on a compass, just northwest and south. It's like three different people putting it together. We had a little get together yesterday, and it's like, wow, this could be really fun.
That's a good combination.
Yeah, it's a good combination.
Good
We're doing
trio.
2 hours.
And that'll be a fundraiser
On the 16th.
for the Deaf Camp?
A fundraiser for the Deaf Camp.
Okay.
We've done it.
Okay.
We've done it I've done it since with John Denver and Jimmy Buffett and
Nice.
the Dirt Band and
Wow.
back in the 70s. And so I did it with the Dirt Band, Nitty Gritty Dirt Band, 3 years ago. And then Jane and my wife and I got married out there at the Deaf Camp on the 19th of July 2 years ago.
No kidding.
So yeah,
Well, that's got a special place in your heart.
Oh, nice small wedding with 2,000 people.
The two
People going, I was at your wedding. I'm, oh, cool.
Yeah.
Had to return your gift. I'm sorry.
So that's on July 16th.
Uh-huh.
And then the next day, July 17th, you'll be at Anderson Ranch,
Anderson
correct?
Ranch. I promised them I would do that.
Okay.
And everybody that's in the band says, we'll just carry you.
Right.
We'll just carry you. Just sit down and play. So I'm going to do that. And then I'm done, So,
Okay. Then take a break for a while. And
just heal. I
Take care
can't
of
bend.
yourself,
My
yeah.
knee doesn't bend, so it hurts to sit for a while. And then,
Yeah.
So it's, I'm interested to see if I can do it,
And people can find out more by going to bobbymason.com.
They
I was on
can.
the website today.
Okay.
And we're going to take a quick break, Bobby, because we do want to hear a song today.
Okay.
We want to hear a little music.
Okay.
So we're going to take a quick break. We're going to rehydrate. We're going to get
Okay,
your guitar
rehydrate.
set up.
Ta-da.
And while Bobby's getting set up, I do want to thank my summer underwriters, Pitkin County Landfill, Ajax Tavern and Element 47 at the Little Nell, Aspen Square, Dagger Fitness, The Original Leaf, and Sundog Athletics. We'll go to a couple quick messages. Our only break in the show, guys, it's about 2 minutes. Then we'll be back with live music with Bobby Mason. This guy's played with the likes of John Denver, Nitty Gritty Dirt Band, the Eagles. I mean, the list goes on. Kenny Loggins, not BB King.
No.
There's so many of them.
Albert King.
Albert King.
But
On and on it goes. We'll talk more about that. We'll hear some live music, so don't go away.
Pitkin County Landfill's mission is to conserve our environment and extend the life of our landfill through innovative programs. We offer recycling, composting, continuing education, site tours, and gardening workshops. Pitkin County Landfill, we handle it. More at landfillrules.com.
Ajax Tavern and Element 47 are located at the Little Nell Hotel at the base of Aspen Mountain. This summer, Element 47's Ride and Dine dinner series returns, where guests are treated to a great bike ride and farm dinner featuring fresh local ingredients. Ajax Tavern is featuring their summer music series with live music in Gondola Plaza Friday, Saturday, and Sundays from 3 to 6, and the Ajax Tavern Barbecue Series. More information at thelittlnell.com.
Dagger Fitness can help you maximize your quality of life and the mountain lifestyle through an evidence-based fitness system featuring fully customized personal training, yoga, and rehabilitation programs that guarantee results. Improve your strength and balance and correct any imbalances among many other benefits. More information at daggerfitness.com.
Celebrating another great summer season, Aspen Square Hotel is the hospitality place, featuring fireplace studio suites and larger condominiums with full hotel-style services in the center of downtown Aspen. All accommodations are air-conditioned. Aspen Square is proud to support the local show.
The Original Leaf features cannabis grown locally with love. LEAF, the acronym for Locals Emporium of Alternative Farms, offers one of the largest selections of marijuana and marijuana-infused products in Aspen and is located at 555 East Durant. The Original Leaf, hell-bent on excellence.
Welcome to the local show. People you work with, people you know.
Thanks for sticking with us here on The Local Show, a show just for you locals each week. So if you're not a local, turn off immediately. No, I'm just kidding. We love visitors. We love all our part-time residents, Bobby, and that's the mix that makes Aspen, that mix of people that really makes this
it's
place
confusing.
Special. It's confusing sometimes.
No, it really does. People say, oh, Aspen's changed so much. Well, it did for the people that were here in the 40s, and then people in the 50s and 60s. It's like,
sure.
I've been here for a long time, and I still walk outside. I'm in Aspen. That beauty and the feel of Aspen, and you go to some of the benefits, you go through some of the things that people get together. You go, still Aspen.
Exactly.
Still Aspen. I've been here for a long time, but I live here because of the people.
Exactly.
And the mountains.
That core group of people that's been here, the mountains themselves have
the lack of air. I love that.
Love that part, right?
It makes you lighter headed.
Get a little extra free high.
Yeah, it's like, wow.
Off the light air. That part hasn't changed. I mean, the buildings, the downtown, I mean, you can kind of get caught up in that and the development and stuff. But the core, the people, the mountains are awesome, right?
Still Aspen. The food's great.
Exactly.
The people are great, Yes.
And we still have the greatest music scene around, too. And
I got to tell you, people, it's one of the funniest things that used to happen is people say, well, we're going to get a band from Denver because, we don't want local musicians. I said, let me explain something. The people that are here are studio musicians from Nashville, L.A., New York, Chicago. Yes. That's what lives here.
Right.
The studio cats, the big cats. So this is not like your local little mining town going, oh, okay.
Right. That's the thing. We have the top talent in the world in almost every arena: athletics, music, intellectual opportunities with the Institute. I We have the Vice President flying in this weekend, the Secretary of State, presidents of like Iceland and world leaders were here last week. So that's another neat thing about that high level.
Yeah.
And you've been involved in music now since the mid '60s,
Yeah.
and have had all these great experiences. We're going to hear a song today called "Forever," and can you tell people a little bit about? Oh, for a while. Mm-hmm. Okay. Can you tell people a little bit about "For a While"?
I have trouble remembering the name of it. For a while, I was in a convertible one time, and it was really dark, and I looked up and I saw the stars. They just went on forever. And I thought, wow, the stars go on forever. Then I go insane for a while. That's where this song came from.
Nice, nice.
And that's the truth, too. If life's a journey, how comes I'm running? I think I'll walk for a while, for a while. If man's so evil and so destructive, then why do so many care? 'Cause they're there. You know this one. The women go around in circles, and the men stand in line, and the stars go on forever. But I go insane for a while. And when I'm sleeping, I don't get lonely. I find my friends in my dreams. So it seems. And when I'm running, I don't get thirsty. I find myself in the rain. Kind of strange. And the women go around in circles and stand in line. And the stars go on forever, but I go insane for a while. And if you think that I am your problem, you just forget who I am. Who I am. And if I think that you are my problem, I just forget who I am. Who I am. And the women go around in circles, men stand in line, and the stars go on forever, but I go insane for a while.
Oh yeah.
Woo.
Oh,
Thank you.
that is sweet. That is sweet. I could listen to that for a while. That was really
and
nice.
you just did.
That was wonderful. That was wonderful. We were talking a little bit about off camera about some of the things you enjoy about the music world, and getting on stage with these guys and jamming and creating. Is that the favorite part? Kind of just
Do you mind if
the
I take
creation?
off my guitar? It's when it's happening, it's like it's amazing, but you don't know what's happening. The Eagles weren't the Eagles
Right.
when they started at the Gallery.
Right.
It's like they were part of Linda Ronstadt's Stone Pony, and but the guitar player had a second string bender. He did a lot of pedal steel stuff, and I was doing some with the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band. I was doing some pedal steel work on some of the recordings with my Tilly. So we got together, and so I got to sit in with them a lot, and we had fun. But when it was happening, nobody was anybody.
Right. Just a bunch of guys having fun and creating music.
When Buffett first got to town, he goes, "Oh my God, you guys!" He's listening to our group Homebrew, and he says, "Oh, I just put out a new album. You guys got to make an album." And it was the white sport coat and pink crustacean.
Oh my God.
He went and got it, and he says, you know, I just made a new album. You guys got to record an album, man.
So it's really just that kind of that,
It's
like
just
that
kids.
creative
It's like
process.
it's like you and I, and then all of a sudden you become president. You go, remember when he used to just do that? Right. He did the local show. Now he's
Wow. That
now
is
he's
so
running
neat.
I wish you would run for president.
Oh, no. I mean, council would be a big deal for me. Maybe maybe someday.
I'm just looking for anybody. You know?
Yeah, anyone except the current options
even
would
go
be
there.
good,
Okay.
but we won't go there.
I didn't go there, no.
But it sounds like it's just like I say, the creative process, the creative juices. This is like we're jamming here, we're creating, and that's the exhilaration.
And you are creating. That's what this town's about.
Right.
This town's a very creative town. I really got that when I showed up here and said it just feels like painting and the art and poetry and writing and books and songs. And there's songs here, you know.
Give people a little more feel for that, because that was really a golden age of Aspen, the 60s and 70s, the hippies, the changing genre of Aspen.
Changing of the guard.
It's kind of a changing of the guard. I mean, can you kind of, most locals weren't around at that point in time. Can you give them just more of a feel for that? Because it was probably more musicians, more artists, more funky.
No, there wasn't. There's a lot of cowboys.
Okay.
And a lot of people drank.
Okay. A lot of drinking cowboys.
And then there was the drinking hippies.
There was
then they get together and
horseback riding under the influence was going on down Main Street and stuff.
We played a thing at the Hotel Jerome. It was the Halloween party.
Oh, nice.
It was 1,000 people in there.
Oh my gosh.
And I forget, Bob, I think, rode his horse in through the middle of it. You know, it's like
right through the J bar.
Oh, right,
probably.
no, right through the ballroom.
The whole part. Okay.
You know?
The
It was like
ballroom.
it was going okay. That's then one of the band members passed out. Anyway, so it was great. Life is good though.
That's kind of a good example.
But I lived in Hollywood, you know, so I was around all those people.
Right.
You know, doing that in Hollywood, and then came out here and went, I thought people in Hollywood were crazy. No, in Aspen they were crazy.
Even crazier.
Even crazier.
This was the
and I said, that's why I moved here. I said, wow, these people know how to have fun, dude.
Now I'm home, right? Now I'm home.
I got 26 years of sobriety now, so
Wow.
I finally had to, you know, slow down and quit or just die. Anyway.
Well, here's one of the reasons I had you on the show, to just be really honest. It's like you've gone through hardship. Life is, you know, we go through different hardships at different levels at different times, but you keep this positive attitude and this richness. And you talk about, hey, you know, and I've talked about this myself to my friends, is I may never have a lot of money. I probably won't with my chosen occupations. But the richness that we still have around us, is that what you really focus on to keep the positive vibration going forward?
You don't know that until you get to a certain age,
right.
I guess, or a certain place in life after taking Est and Temnos and all these other studies and, you know, look at Zen and stuff like that, or you know, Buddhism, and you realize the negative does not work, you know. Right. Who do I really want to be? Right. And I go, thank God I stuck with music.
Right.
Does it pay? No. Are you going to be rich? No. Do I love what I do? Yes.
Yes.
Because I get to go out when I want to, step outside and play. We were, J.D. Martin and I and Kim Nuzzo wrote a song called Dirt Rich and Dollar Town. And it's just about that idea. I think, you know, well, I'm really, if you think you're really broke, step outside.
There you go.
Step outside, take a big breath of air, get some cottonwoods in your lung.
Right. Which it looked like it was almost snowing a couple days ago with those cottonwoods. But
great.
That's what does it. You go outside, you know, if you need a reminder, it reminds you of how
This doesn't cost me anything.
Right.
Well, it does, but to stand here and be in Aspen and going, you know, I could move to an easier place to breathe.
Right.
I'm not going to.
Right.
Well, not yet, anyway. Hopefully after all the surgery, I'll be able to cut back on the oxygen, so, yep.
Well, you're on your way. I can just see the arc going up, and we're going to see, you know, that play out literally with the upcoming events. We want to remind people again, on July 16th, Bobby will be playing at the Deaf Camp for a fundraiser for the Deaf Camp, which is such an amazing organization.
With Mac Bailey and Rich Ganson.
And then on the next day, on July 17th, you'll be at Anderson Ranch, their 50th anniversary, which is such an amazing place too.
You
I
know?
mean, just think about those organizations that we have around us.
I know it, yeah.
Like the Dove Camp and Anderson Ranch. Another reason why this place is so great.
Yeah.
So you'll be playing there, and then again, people can get more information at bobbymason.com.
Yeah.
And
Jane and I we have a 1965 Airstream that we're going to be living in.
oh, nice! Really?
Yeah, in 2 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's living the dream. An Airstream like that? That's super cool.
I think it is. We're excited. Yeah.
That is cool. Well, in our last question, we're down to just about a minute, Bobby. But who or what really inspires you? You know, we talked a little bit about that through the show, but I mean, is there a person that comes to mind right away that was been an influence in your life? You know, that's really inspires you.
So many did. You know, like it wasn't a family member or something like that. It was just, you know, I was not a big John Denver music fan, but when you went to a John Denver music concert, you walked out of there going, wow.
Right.
And so he called us and said, would you like to be on my label? And I said, yeah. So I was thinking, it's one of the funny things. I was in the studio, and he was in there kind of running, you know, and I walked out from the recording room and walked into the studio part. He goes, Bobby, you don't have to scream everything. But he had a big influence on living from here.
Right.
You know.
Right.
You know, and it's not because, but I liked him before when I first met him, and he wasn't that big.
But the way he operated from
He
the
was
heart,
real.
like you
He was
said,
real.
his energy.
He was real. He was truth.
Right. Right.
You know.
He used to say like he had like a couple of these sayings, but it was like golly or something like that. What was it? He had a regular thing.
Far out.
Far out. That's right. Far out. We got
can I
that.
say? Do we have time? He called me one time and says, "Would you and your wife like to go down to Denver? I'm playing down in Denver." And he picked up Annie and I. Annie, we'll pick you up. So he picked us up. We went down, and he said he's playing somewhere down in Denver. So we went there, and we walked through this tunnel, and Red Rocks.
Oh.
And I just knew John as a friend and stuff like that, and we'd played a little bit, done some things. And he walks out on stage, and he went far out, and everybody just went crazy. And I went, oh, my God. I had no idea.
This is the start of maybe something.
But if you ask me who influenced me, I would say somebody else in a little while or tomorrow.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So many people.
And we do want to thank your sweetie, Jane, for helping you out today, for helping you with your amazing website, and sending some love out to Jane, who's actually out in our live studio audience today.
Well, and helps me get through this.
And she might score some cookies now, Bobby, because I baked you chocolate chip organic chocolate chip coconut cookies. Feel free to share.
Do you think she's listening? Do you think she'll know
I
about
think she
this?
might be picking up on that. And so now almost there's pressure for you to share those cookies.
I'll share.
There might be a little responsibility now.
Okay.
Are you up for that?
I love it.
Did you have fun on the show today?
That's great, man. Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's been an honor to spend time with you. Thanks for
very
making the
much.
time.
Thank you, everybody in Aspen, Colorado, for your donations. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, you guys. Go to GoFundMe under Bobby Mason, and I hope you guys enjoyed this week on The Local Show.
Pitkin County Landfill conserves our environment and extends the life of our landfill through innovative, sustainable methods. They offer educational programs on recycling, composting, and more. Pitkin County Landfill. We handle it. More at landfillrules.com.
Ajax Tavern and Element 47 are located at the Little Nell Hotel at the base of Aspen Mountain. This summer, Element 47's Ride and Dine dinner series returns, where guests are treated to a great bike ride and farm dinner featuring fresh local ingredients. Ajax Tavern is featuring their summer music series with live music in Gondola Plaza Friday, Saturday, and Sundays from 3 to 6, and the Ajax Tavern Barbecue Series. More information at thelittlenell.com.
Welcome to